I'm gonna stream this shit. Let's go.
Search engine so that when I'm trying to look up something, I'm not constantly fighting for my life against sponsored ads. It was fantastic when I was using it for a little extra help when I was poking around trying to learn JavaScript for GameMaker.
Okay.
And when I opened my print shop, it came in clutch because I found out the hard way that in order to make a print a decent resolution, it has to be at least 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. So luckily I was able to find an AI resizing tool. I was definitely not painting that big because that would slow down my ancient 10-year-old computer. So I don't think it's a stretch to say that there might be a few people on the opposite end of the spectrum who are curious about how artists feel about generative AI. So this video is for you. Here's a few things that generative AI users get wrong about artists. 1. AI art is not stealing. Artists copy each other all the time. Bitch, yes the fuck it is. I can't believe I have to keep addressing this. In order to produce art in my own style, I've had to spend thousands of hours assessing the imagery from the world around me and condensing it into mental data. I've had to spend thousands...
I don't know how to use data. I don't have to use data. I have to use my fingers. I use my fingers and I draw. It is. Oh, God. It makes you fucking laugh. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I actually totally forgot to see if people can actually see what I'm actually doing. Okay, let's go.
More hours training myself to be able to reproduce that mental data onto a canvas with my own 2 human hands. Now that data is being used without my consent in a way that directly undermines my own best interests. Let's talk a little bit about master copies. When people say that artists are constantly stealing from each other, they're usually referring to an exercise known as a master copy. When doing a
basically, I can look at a picture that someone is actually drawn, and I'm like, okay, I could draw that. Exactly the same picture. But you still have to credit the person because it's not the original. It is. That's why when I start doing my character, as you see, it is, I based it on bits of different artists of the styles, not the drawing, the styles. And that's how I came to a PMG tuber more than a VTuber, because being a PMG tuber rocks. It doesn't fry up your fucking drive and shit like that. 2, you're drawing your own images and you bring them to life. Not the AI situation. But let me tell you something, right? Here's another thing you can do. When you're making the AI, for, like PMG tuber, let's just say that, okay? You need 4 photos. Right? 4 pictures. Let's just say that. Now, if you're using generated AI, you can't get the same picture 4 times with a different impression. Because when basically it generates the background, it generates this bit, it generates this bit, it generates this bit, and it doesn't make sense. That's why I went the PMG tuber route. It is. Because I could draw the same drawing. I could do the same art style. And I can bloody do a lot of extra shit with it too. And quick. If you knew how many costumes I have for this, it'll blow your mind. And they've all been drawn. Not kidding. All being drawn. So please enlighten me, everybody. Please enlighten me on the situation in hand. Let's carry on, shall we?
Master copy, the objective is to take a piece of art from an artist that you like and literally, to the best of your ability, copy it. Why would you do this?
That looks fucking retarded. I told you I'm not unfiltered. That looks like me when I'm trying to look at my friend's boobies when she's speaking. Yeah. Marcus, you want to say what? Sorry, what?
Because you're trying to learn how other artists problem solve. I think as artists
But artists don't prop. Artists don't prop. It's all in the creative mindset. Like, that's what I figured. That's what I fucking figured, bro. Bro, that's what I fucking figured. It's all in the mindset. Like, you gotta figure this through. Like, it's all in the mindset, dude. Like, fucking dude. Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck on a stick.
Millennia, we've had the tacit understanding that we give each other permission to iterate and learn from each other's work, given that we know how difficult it is. That is a conversation that changes dramatically when you add a robot to it. This is a master copy I did a few years ago.
Original master copy. Okay.
Of a John Singer Sargent piece. It took me 3 hours, and even with that much time spent on it, it's still not a one-to-one replica. And it's
exactly.
I did this to fix my bad habit of over-rendering objects in my illustration, because Sargent is able to imply form with a few brushstrokes, and I wanted to learn how to do that. When AI is trained on someone's artwork, it literally just downloads the image and then sorts it into a data set. And it can do that with literally hundreds of different paintings an hour, probably more. It's not.
This is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it can. And they say, oh, art is over with. Art's never going to be over. There's always going to be somebody to pick up a pencil. There's always somebody that's going to be able to pick up a brush and be creative. Or if you have mental health problems, it does help that too. Trust me, it's helped my mental health a lot.
Copying, it's just taking. And I wouldn't even call that an illustration at this point. What it spits out is more of like a hybrid of millions of stolen paintings to produce a unique result. So that's more of a collage to me, but I digress. The problem here is I have not consented to have my artwork stolen and repurposed by something that moves that fast. And to add insult to injury, the tech companies that do this profit off of my work. Bitch, I don't even profit off of my work. I just like making Deltarune and fan art for fun, and now you're telling me
Okay.
that tech companies have scraped my shit and are scraping other people's shit and are now selling it back to people in the form of ChatGPT premium subscriptions? Huh? I shouldn't be forced to participate in this just because I shared my work online to other people that like Deltarune. The way I think this should work, because I'm not under any delusions that this shit is ever going away at this point, is simple. Consent. 1. If you want to use my artwork to train your robot to do generative AI, I think you should ask me and I should be able to opt out. 2. If I opt in, you have to pay me. And why won't companies do this? Because the main gimmick behind AI is that corporations can get away with not paying artists while making big monies. This means that these large language models compete directly with the artists that they were trained on. These AI companies could license the work that they're taking, and some already do, but most of them won't. That would mean having to go back and compensate all of these artists from which billions of dollars were stolen, provided that these artists opt in. I feel like I'm not even saying anything controversial here, but there are still some people that are disagreeing with my right to my own work. So
They're basically disagreeing with you because they think you don't deserve it, because they think they're overly entitled to saying, oh, it's narcissism! Da-da! Narcissism copies everything you do. A narcissist, it does. When it comes into the art situation, because I've conquered an AI artist who is a narcissist, I can tell you it's pretty deaf. It is. It's bad. Really bad. They will refuse to take accountability. That's the difference. That's the difference. Now, people's going to look back at my AI art and say, this is AI, this is AI. Look, you're still doing AI. Because they're that evil narcissists. And they're still trying to take me down, it is. They're still trying to take me down, it is. But honestly, I put the video up of doing my own art. Where are they? Where are they? Come on, where are they? Why are they not on my stream? Why are they not on my stream now? I'll tell you why. Because they've got nothing to say. They sit on their fat ass thinking about fucking their families and literally and fucking sitting down and saying, gee, I want to cause some narcissism because I'm an attention seeker. I know, I'll generate this shit. That's what the hate of AI is.
why is that? Artists are a very self-flagellating group of people, and modern art has ruined the idea of standards and merit in artistic spaces.
Artists are over entitled. If it's their own art, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it. They can sell it. They can give it away. They can do whatever they want with it. Sign it. Whatever the case is. Put in the portrait. Try and get in a museum and stuff like that. Like, they entitled to do that. AI art is not art. It's not art. I'm sorry, it's not art. Unless you go to an AI art display where other AI is, fine. That's totally fine. But do not compare your AI art to the original. Do not compare it. Because I shit you not, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong. And this is why artists turn against each other, turn against other artists and say, hey, your art's bad. They do. They turn against each other. And it's sad. Because if you're hand-drawn or tablet, digital art, you entitled to be on that seat of level of saying, this is yours, this is it. And that's what I wanted with mine. And when I was an AI artist, nothing was mine. Nothing was fucking mine. Because it was generated. It was generated while I was propping in. So, at the end of the day, this shit and everything, it's beyond a joke.
Modern art, a banana taped to a wall, this lone urinal, this canvas full of absolutely fucking nothing. Anything by the balloon animal cuck. A few weeks ago I saw a video by YouTuber Gary Young VO, wherein he discusses modern art, AI art, and how those two things relate to a philosophical conundrum. If artistic beauty is in the eye of the beholder, it is actually impossible to justify that human art is any better than AI art. Gary argues that modern art has destroyed...
If people know you've done your own art, no matter how bad it is, they will appreciate it. In 2025 and 2026, they will appreciate your art if it's shit. If you draw your own shit and you own it and you turn it into animation like what I do, it's PMG or whatever, you own it. And then people see it, they go, oh, finally, because everything's covered with AI, and I can't tell the difference now if it's AI or not. It's true. It's really, really true. It's true.
All standards in the art industry as a whole, and that the prevailing sentiment is that
Nano Banana 2 is now on Artlist.
Oh, fuck me.
Up-to-date model and all the leading AI models.
Oh, fucking God. Look at this shit. Look at this.
Text rendering flawless in multiple
Look.
languages. Even the tiny background details, Nano
Look.
Banana 2 gets it. If you can imagine it, Nano Banana 2 can do it. Write your prompt and watch it come to life. Check out Nano Banana 2 on Artlist and start creating without limits.
And I fucking puked. Check out for pricing. Check out VI generator voice.
anything
Jeez,
can be
dude.
art, and all art is beautiful, even if it's a bunch of stray pubes glued onto a canvas. And why art falls into this category because artists have seemingly removed all of their standards 100 years ago. He then goes on to do this little thought experiment on his art friends, wherein he asks them, between this Jackson Pollock painting and this AI-generated illustration, which of the two paintings has more artistic value? All of the artists chose the Jackson Pollock painting. The gotcha being that the Jackson Pollock painting is also AI generated. So I don't disagree with everything this guy says, but he's also definitely wrong about a lot. So first of all, I think lumping modern artists in with every other type of artists and then pinning them to a wall with this question is a little disingenuous, because I can also play that game. I can also ask my art friends. I can ask any of the hundreds of people I've met in the throes of AAA game production or film and animation who in fact do not bust nuts onto canvases and insist other people buy those canvases and hang them up over their fireplaces.
That's
I
right.
don't know what sample size this guy was working with, but I have hundreds of art friends and they all hate Jackson Pollock. Here are some of the things that they said in response to watching this video.
Here we go.
The experiment mentioned. Very poorly done.
Oh my God. You can't tell me. Is these AI artists? Like, in general. just pausing a little bit. Because I don't want to fucking flip the shit. Very poorly done. It is plainly laid in sentence. He knew exactly what the result he wanted to get. So, experiment to give exactly the result and nothing else. Okay.
It was a plainly leading circumstance. He knew exactly what result he wanted to get, so the experiment was set up to give exactly that result and nothing else.
TLDR, people who think modern art is good is like asking the guy who drinks piss what constitutes a good beverage and then say,
Mine's modern art. And I've done it myself because it's in the modern era. I'm just saying. But people are saying, like, in the comments, it's like Nickelodeon, it's like Ed and Eddie, which my art is like Ed and Eddie. Yes, it is. It is like Ed and Eddie. Guaranteed. Meat crayon as well, like so. And, yeah. So...
saying, see, there's no objectivity in what makes a good beverage.
Yeah, the experiment doesn't really say much when you mislead the subjects. Almost like how online Reddit debaters try to catch you on a gotcha question.
Yeah, this sentiment of art is already bad, so who cares is incredibly piss-brain disingenuous and shows a fundamental misunderstanding of what value people attach to art as a concept.
Also, Jackson Potluck, or whatever his name is, was a government sick, but that's barely relevant.
TLDR is, the US wanted to show that
Oh my god!
anyone can succeed. That means anyone has a chance. The Soviets had insanely high art standards and forced them to be so specific that there was no freedom. So Jackson Pollock was funded freedom propaganda basically. That's a shortened version of it that might be missing some stuff though.
Modern art is just Bored Apes NFTs for rich boomers trying to launch.
I met Jackson Pollock once. He kept touching me inappropriately, and when I asked him to stop, he kept yelling, it's modern art, you just don't.
Sorry.
Jackson Pollock is a knuckle-dragging, googly-eyed cocksucker, and anyone who thinks that his art is valuable is even worse. When I was watching this video, before he even pointed out that both of these paintings were AI generated, all I could think was, man, I hate Jackson Pollock. That looks like shit. I like the AI one better. There are standards to art. I don't know where he's getting that from. As a 3D artist, I've only ever been hired because I was good at sculpting. Knowing people helps a little bit, but it can only carry you so far. If you don't know basic anatomy as a 3D sculptor, I don't care whose dick you're sucking, you're not getting hired. So in this example, the AI-generated fantasy landscape is in fact better than the Jackson Pollock painting and the AI-generated Jackson and Pollock painting.
The day-to-day mechanics.
And another AI ad.
Really holds back from what we love to do.
Okay, we'll just leave it there. Leave it there. I hate it took my wife, my kids, my kidney, and my air fryer. Fuck me. This ain't the game. I just want to see if I can't get over that fucking. Yeah, I hired a guy to fix my toilet. Guess I considered myself as a plumber. Who knew machines could figure out? I'm generally scared on how the kids raised on AI slop. AI slop is the worst. AI slop is the fucking worst. It is the fucking worst. It is. It is bad. It's bad. It is. It's bad. Okay, let's go with the next. Don't understand. What the hell? There's a lot of shit. I enjoy her stuff. Take one AI art, average AI artists. Oh my god, what the hell AI art, okay. We've been scammed by AI trade. My god, there's so much. There's so much. Holy shit, there's so much here. Okay.
These are 5 things AI could never draw. First, AI can't draw backflips. It generates backflips. Second, AI can't draw detailed crowd. If you zoom in, someone's always constipated. Or the hands are wrong. Third, logical machine. AI doesn't know gears must be connected to work. Kinda like hands. Fourth, AI can't draw consistently.
That's true.
If you tell AI to draw the same guy, there's always tiny differences. Last of all, AI can never, ever draw hands. Wait, what? Now it can? These are 5 things AI can never.
It's true, you can't draw hands. I can't draw hands myself, so I draw the, that's why I don't show my hands. That's why I don't show my hands in the videos. I mean, I want to draw hands, but I think it would be just like skinny little fingers. I don't know. This is I fixed my AI with generated AI. See, this was blown up quite a lot, like last month. Basically, he got some art and they were triggered and he used AI art to adjust it. But people still watch him. People still watch him. This is what I'm saying about streams. There's all these problems, but you still watch them. You still watch these people. I'm just saying. Hey dude, I watched the video about the AI. Thank you so much, thank you. What do you think of the new, the costume itself, what I've got here as well, like, so I'm choosing because I've got loads of different costumes now. I've drawn Bunny, and now I've got this one with the gingerbread on me head. Yeah, it's all the same way as that video. So, like I said, that's why I wanted to make that video. And I thought to do a stream on this situation with AI art as well, what people are doing when they bullying artists and stuff. It's disgusting. I never. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy it. This character, what I've done, what you see now, is probably the best. And I'm going to actually try to advance this character because obviously I have a gingerbread on me hat and stuff like that. And I'm going to try and do my character that way with costumes. It is. Because I'm a PMG tuber as well. So, yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate the support. And thank you so much for watching the video. And yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. But when I was an AI artist, another AI artist would actually bully the same. They would. I could do better art than you. And I'm like, you can type faster than me? You can type faster than me? And the prompt, they did. I'm not kidding, because you prop it. This is why I'm explaining on the stream how Generate AI goes. I'm really exposing the secrets on AI artists. We use pens and paper and stuff. They just use their foreheads. They use paragraphs and puts all details in. But I'll tell you one thing an AI artist can't do what we can. Tell AI to draw a line and a dot. And I guarantee you, they won't do it. They'll do butterflies over here and butterflies and a guy standing or some fire in the background and stuff like that. Just a line and a dot. That's all I want. Put in AI, a line and a dot. They can't do it. They cannot do it. They cannot do it. A line and a dot. Where we just take a pen or anything and put a line and a dot. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Also, I also see that your character looks, by Ed and Eddie, it looks dope. Somebody's recognised it! Yay! Yes, I loved Ed and Eddie so much. I loved Ed and Eddie so much, and I wanted to do my own animations. Squiggly, but not too much for making people actually dizzy. It is. Some old Cartoon Network, it looks cool though. That's what I went with. Because I loved Cartoon Network back in the day as well. I did. Like so. I did. But I'm just looking at this. Generating art is getting harder to spot. No, it's not. I can tell you that now. I can tell you loads of secrets with AI art. I can tell you loads of secrets. Because trust me, as me being an AI artist, I've pretty much experienced it. Twitter art, of course they are. AI slop is destroying the internet. Okay. I'm going to tell you this now. There's a difference. There's two categories. AI slop and AI artist. Okay? I'll tell you the AI slop. The AI slop is basically, it's slop. It doesn't look right, and it's a video. It's basically a video generated, it is, and it just doesn't look like right. AI artist is basically, they see a picture and they put a prompt in of a paragraph the size, the mountain of your homework. Like, no kidding. Just to try and get that right picture. And if you have a scar on your face of your art in a style, AI will recognize it. And I'm trying. You have to upgrade. You have to upgrade. $100 a month. I was paying $100 a month for generating art. I was. It's a sad time. It's a sad time. Some can go actually $100 and you can generate free pictures. I'm not joking. Not joking. And I see you're a good fan of Foley. Let's go. Somebody's recognised it. I'm actually going to make a video about that, actually. I'm actually going to make a video, a story about that. That's my next video. How I came mixing with Foley and Ed and Eddie. That's the video I'm going to actually, next video I'm going to put up on my channel, actually. How did I come across Foley and mix it with Ed and Eddie? It is. Yeah, it's true. That's the YouTuber. He popped up, and I'm like, straight away, that's Ed and Eddie's style. But that's his own art. It's probably took like 10 to 20 years to actually figure that out. And then he uploaded that video on how to make your PMG tuber better. Is that video going around? How to make a PMG tuber better? I watched it about 100 times. to get into my brain and system that I could believe I can do art my own way, not generated. And when I saw the squiggly lines, which I call them, I said, I need to do that. I need to do that. So I practiced and I could not get it right. I could not get it right. It was pretty mental until I got a tablet. like a tablet as well. And when I got my tablet, man, like, soy, man, that's a hell of a difference. That's a hell of a difference it is. Oh, a hell of a difference. I'm glad people's recognizing Foley, saying, oh, that's Foley stuff. That's Foley stuff. I'm glad. Because he needs to be recognized more, I think. I think he needs to be recognized more. I really, somehow, I really think he does. I don't think he gets recognized the way that it is. And when he calls out PMG tubers and not having right itself, like, that's what made me want to do art. And with me a big fan of Ed and Eddie, you put them together and you've got this. It's that simple. And see, I'm trying to be aware. Goodbye, dear. Have fun. You have fun and stay safe. Stay safe. Okay.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Let's have a look at this.
Space 44. What's up, guys? Welcome. It's a new day, and we've got some new tea from X. This is a thread from someone named Alice, and she's talking about how she got replaced with AI by a friend. Now, there's a little bit more to the story than what it seems, and I think there's something that we can actually learn from this, despite the unfortunate circumstances that Alice is facing. So let's jump in, let's see what's going on here, and I want you guys to make up your own minds about this whole situation. In 2016, I met a movie director and screenwriter who asked me to make my first ever short animated movie. I was younger and excited, so even if no payment was included, I did it. We worked for more than 6 months. She was the writer and director, and I made all the drawings, and our work got some prizes, plus it went on national television. It was a good collaboration. Now, at this point, if you guys are on the same mental wavelength as me, you're probably also seeing the massive red flags here. This is the most tropey formula you've ever seen, okay? Young and excited artist, plus opportunity with no pay. A match made in heaven. We kept in touch, and in 2019, she proposed that I draw a graphic novel she wrote. I made the whole storyboard, more than 80 colored pages, and some finished pages too. Our goal was to find a publisher. Nothing was paid to me, but I knew the project had good potential, and after all, I was just at the beginning of my career. Listen, if reading this right now doesn't raise all the red flags in the world to you, respectfully, you gotta wake up, okay? Because you're asleep. You're asleep like your legs after you've sat on the toilet for 2 hours. You dirty dog, you foolish. I myself went to meet a publisher in my city, but they weren't interested due to copyright issues they feared to face. So our project went through a hiatus. Now, I've got a couple of questions. Well, first of all, isn't this supposed to be the other person's project? Shouldn't they be the one looking for a publisher to get this thing made? And also, if she was so established in this industry, how did she not know about these potential copyright issues ahead of time when she was thinking of this story? But of course, you know, it's just a hiatus. It doesn't end there. I kept in touch with the writer, and she even asked me to exhibit the few pages at a public event in Rome. The few pages, referring to like the 80-something pages that she drew. We were just waiting for its time to come. Oh, wow, optimistic. Time passed, and we occasionally heard each other talking about that old project. For 1 year, we went quiet, until a few days ago I looked at the storyboard I made and remembered how much potential it had. Since our collaboration started almost 10 years ago, I've certainly improved. This is my job now, so I thought, why don't we just make it? This could become a web series, a webtoon. I felt ready to give her my support and keep working on it together, letting her know there are many ways to publish a graphic novel today. Now, Alice, brother. You are way too nice. Look, I'm not gonna blame Alice because Alice, in my opinion, is the victim. But it's just absolutely painful to me to see somebody who's so kind-hearted and naive just get taken advantage of here. Until she answered me back, and this is where it all goes to shit. So sorry, Alice. Many years have passed, so I made it by myself using AI. It's now totally done. It's incredible how good it turned out. I'm about to animate the drawings and make a video.
Okay, this story, like so. I have never been touched by draw. Too many people realize there's spiders and dinosaurs, okay? People saying AI art is not easy. That's like saying streaming is harder than a real job. Yeah. Very much. Being mouse syndrome. What's the problem with AI art? A lot. Apparently. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this one.
Copyrighted data and private data. This non-consensual practice of using
Oh, I've seen that one. Okay, this is
It appears the art community is slowly growing to become one of the most toxic communities on social media, where artists and art enthusiasts engage in what I like to consider as unethical, mild interactions on platforms like Twitter, 4chan, and TikTok, arguing with each other, spreading hate and toxicity, and silently crippling the art community from within. While each of these communities are riddled with numerous problems that cause artists to metaphorically bash their heads together in a smashing duel of curse words and hateful hearts, I noticed a common theme that runs across all these social media platforms: hatred for particular artists and their art styles, and an increasingly growing number of fake artists running around posting images pretending to be actual artists, being disingenuous about what they're doing while casually farming for social media fame and clout, and ruining the expectations of young artists who are already having mixed feelings about sharing their art on the internet. Now, what is this hatred for artists and their art styles, you may ask? Well, now, my young children with the innocence of a 3-week-old kitten, art style hate is what happens when poor old souls decide to stigmatize an artist and the way they draw, particularly because of how they portray certain features in their art, which could, for the most part, be because the artist decides to exaggerate certain features of their drawing or use a certain color palette for their work, and then someone on Elon Musk's internet decides it just doesn't look right to them, or it goes against their pristine standards for art styles and the beauty of portraying different characters uniquely. Some other times this rather happens more often than not. Some people just don't like an art style or an artist's work because of the subject matter the artist chooses to make drawings of, leading to internet users piling up in large crowds, proceeding to declare to the artist how terrible their work is because he, she, or they did not draw their favorite anime character in all their glory. A bonus form of art style hate is one that I have been seeing going around the art community, and it's pretty unique to artists who get very popular. A mass majority of people begin to hate their drawings and paintings and then try to convince the rest of the artist's audience why their art style is not that great to begin with, or how the artist just draws only one particular face in their work or one particular pose in their work, or chooses to stylize their work more often than not. And here I was thinking artists had the right to express themselves and draw whatever they felt like when they wanted. Wow, silly old me. I should always remind myself the internet has changed now, and we can't
enjoy art the way we used to before without user I draw naked gypsies for fun commenting, your art sucks, you should go back to the kitchen on a drawing he doesn't find appealing to him. Now I know it's not all the time the audience happens to be wrong in most of these situations. Sometimes the artists themselves defy gravity occasionally and take the phrase being up to no good a little out of hand, resulting in terrible situations arising and half of the art community in an uproar as a result of their actions. The rise of fake artists aka pretend artists aka I have no skill so I'll rather let the machine do it for me are growing in huge numbers and are slowly taking over the art community.
That's
And
narcissist.
it's getting alarming. This person on Twitter found themselves facing a crowd of artists with stylus pens in their hands ready to draw them right into art jail after sharing so many outstanding paintings on their account, garnering thousands of likes and a truckload of comments from their fans dying to learn how they became able to paint like this.
Okay, if there's one AI
Dude.
you need to me,
Dude.
now this whole flow is a conversation. So you
Dude,
can
just
actually
stop.
build a website.
Stop.
And this, and wishing this absolute mastery of light and color could befall on them too in due course. Twitter art person who goes by Petra Voice was finally confronted and called out in broad daylight in the center of the metaphorical market square for faking a vast majority of their drawings, pretending they were actually painting and making art, and deceiving a lot of young artists who were looking up to them to learn their art style and adapt it in their own way. Fellow amazing artist and content creator Megan Rose Ruiz made a tweet calling out Petra for faking their art to their followers and the rest of the art community on social media. This is the first time where I was completely fooled by someone using generative AI, and unfortunately I genuinely like some of the images the machine spat out. It's so disheartening seeing someone get consistent attention on social media while using a tool designed to replace me. In the tweet, they shared some of Petra's most acclaimed social media hits, pointing out multiple red flags that could be compared to a stadium filled with fans of Switzerland's national football team, and highlighting the fact that this cute, innocent-looking art style was not only manipulated and generated with AI, but was in fact stolen from other artists who were already drawing and painting with that particular art style. But before we move on to the next part of this video, let me tell you briefly about the sponsor of today's video, Craftsy. As a person who primarily makes digital art and draws mostly on the computer, I find myself slowly getting bored and wanting to explore other forms of making art and painting. And that is precisely where Craftsy, the sponsor of today's video, comes in. Craftsy is an online learning platform that teaches you...
That's very Twitter and TikTok are the worst apps for artists to post, I swear. You are AI racist is actually insane. Oh, fuck off. You bring the race card. Well, okay, what's with the race card situation? Why do people bring the race card situation in all the time? Saying you're racist or fascist or whatever the fucking thing is. Just out the blue. Just because basically you're trapped in a fucking corner, you know, and you can't take accountability for your actions. You can't just blast out someone racist or shit like that, you know. You know, in general, unless you state the facts on why or what, you know, in general. There's no such thing, bruh. It's just made up. It's just... It's just made up. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like so, let's just wind this forward again. Okay.
Admiration like that. I know what I'm really appreciating is the dozens of real artists whose hard work was stripped away and blended by the plagiarist. Depressing to say the least. This is the first generative AI to ever trick me too. I love the aesthetic, so finding out it was AI and I didn't know what artists were stolen from hurt me on such a deep ethical level. I started my own series called Muses. If AI steals styles from us, we can take it back. Megan's tweet immediately started climbing the heavenly stairs of internet virality, raking in a whopping 9 million views with almost 130,000 likes from artists who
more than me
sentiment with them, and also people who felt the post was uncalled for and was promoting a hatred on one of Petra's new posts where they shared their personal photo alongside their art. Petra happened to come across Megan's tweet and responded to it, calling them a hater and laughing at their face hysterically, hoping they slept well after calling them out. And
the thing is, though, with all this, they put so much effort into the wrong things. Have you noticed that? They put so much effort into the wrong things. If they put the same effort into actual art, I think the art community would have been bigger than what you think. I think the art community can be bigger than what you think. But with this going on now, it's going to be hard to grow. It's going to be hard to grow. I'll tell you how it's going to grow. If you just basically have the time, sit down and draw a stick figure. That's all you need to do. Draw a stick figure. You're not copying of anybody or anything it is. It's just a basic drawing of a stick figure. That's all you need to do. And you're an artist. You're an artist. In 2025 and 2026, you could draw a stick figure and say, that's my art. And people will be proud of you. People will be proud of you. It is. They will. Because there's so much AI art now covering the entire everything. It's insane. It's insane. And when you see people actually doing normal art, you know what? I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. I'll do a video of a stick figure drawing. I will. I'll do a stick figure drawing for you. How I do my stick figure drawings. And I guarantee you, I will post that video up on this channel, it is, and see how many people actually watch it and know and saying, well, they drew that. They drew that. They didn't type in a prop long Let me tell you, stick figures, why I keep mentioning stick figures, is because when you put it as a generated AI art, it looks fucking stupid. It does. It literally does. You basically put in the prompt, long line, long arms, long legs, stick figure style, line feet, circle head, coloured in white, with nose and eyes, that's black, with a background. Do you realise I've just give you a prompt where I can just get a pen and pencil and just draw it? And not say it. And I would be done quicker than you putting the prompt in. So there you go. That's the difference. That's why I keep bringing stick figures up for.
Causing a scene online. Megan then responded, clearing the air that they had no ill intentions towards Petra and did not intend to harass them or send people to leave hateful comments on their work, and was only trying to clear the air and shed some much needed light on the rather precarious situation, so unknowing artists will be able to learn from it and differentiate what is real art from what is mass generated media. Multiple other artists embarked on a journey into the unknown, trying to find all the other artists Petra was quote-unquote stealing art from, because a lot of people found the art style pretty attractive and really wanted to learn from it. And since these were rather AI-generated images, they wanted to tap into the actual source and drink from the material.
I'm going to tell you this now. As a PMG tuber, you cannot generate the same picture 4 times with a different impression. That's the beauty difference when a PMG tuber. You could generate as many images you want. You can say open mouth, and you would have an open mouth, but then you would have one eye sloped down like you're fucking melting or some shit. It is. Or you probably say eyes closed with your mouth open, and you would have a fucking bell behind you. It is, and stuff like that. It's never going to be perfect. Art is. Art's perfect. And you know why art's perfect? Because every artist is different. You can't be the same artist as them. You can do the same kind of style, but you'll never do the same character. You'll never do the same drawing. Everybody is different, okay? Everybody is different. They have a different mindset. I have a gingerbread on me head. It is, right now, active and go wild, apparently, up there, somewhere up there it is. Doing something? I don't know. You tell me. It is. That's part of the gimmick, see? It is. And then next minute I might have something else on me hat. You know, it is. That's how I go. That's how I do things. But doing that as a generation, it is. Let me tell you something right now. I tried to generate a cat. A cat. A grey cat on my head doing different poses. And the cat looked like it went through a fucking tornado, came out, and basically got gangbanged by a mouse and a dog. No joking, no shot. No shot on this, it is. It was horrendous. And I ended up generating 15 pictures. And I still didn't get it. I still didn't get it. And this is when I was an AI artist. This is when I was an AI artist. So you wonder why these AI artists are pissed at artists? Because we can draw. We can draw actual it. And it wouldn't take us long. It didn't take me long to put gingerbread. Look at the video. Look at the date. Here's the thing. Look at the date on the video when I said I do my own art now. Look at the date on there comparing to this what you see now. I've done that between on that video uploading up and this. When generating AI, you can type as many fucking props in, you will never get the exact pose. You will never get the pose, you'll never get it. And it will be sloppy. That is one part. I know a lot of shit about AI artists. It is. And any AI artist disrespect a normal, disrespect an actual artist, I will expose it. Guaranteed. I will expose it. I'm not hiding anything anymore. It is. Because it's going too far, the bullies are going too far, and I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Me! Come on! getting boys and girls because they'll be parading coming in. And I'll be ready to roast it. I will be. Because I'm so pissed off at this narcissist behaviour. That's all it is. A narcissist behaviour trying to copy someone else. And you know what? It puts AI to fucking shame. Because I do like AI. I do like AI. AI could be great for a lot of things. AI could be great for a lot of things. But when people are using AI for evil, this is evil. Like so. Man. Fuck it, I'll roast you. I'll roast you back to the womb. So don't attack artists. Do you understand? Can we move on? Let's move on.
Metaphorical fountain of youth to breathe some much needed life into their own drawings as well. Different artists were brought up, and while some had a similar art style to Petra's work and shared similar color patterns.
They said stable diffusion is not AI. But I ask you all, it is. You generating something you type in. Isn't that not AI?
And themes, there was a high probability of Petra including their name in the prompt while trying to generate their art. Some other artists who were also mentioned had similar art as well, but were probably just a little inspired by it, and the resemblance was a bit far-fetched. So far, Petra has slowed down with the amount of art they share on their page, and a lot of young artists who looked up to Petra and enjoyed their art and had dreams of making similar
My goodness me.
Artists as Petra have had their dreams shattered all across the floor. Other artists are accusing the
What's up with that? Show me layers if it's not AI. All I see is your screenshot of some fake pen line. And show me a code. It's a little hilarious. Honestly, when it comes to layers, I only have one layer. I've actually shown it too on my video. I only have one layer. I only have one layer on my videos. I've noticed that I only use one layer. I don't use layers and layers and layers and layers. I just use one. I just use one, and that's paint. That's all I use for this. Paint. That's all I used.
Original artist who has a similar art style to that of Petra, of using AI to make their art as well.
Yeah,
Forcing them to
exactly.
to defend themselves from the angry mob brandishing their pitchforks by posting a walkthrough video of them breaking down the Photoshop file of their work so every assumption is cleared.
Vibe Coding 101 Part 4.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Dude. Like, these ads is actually showing AI.
Seriously. The prompt and curse.
Turn this down a bit. I don't have layers, apparently.
Now that you watched that beautiful video of the artist's work, do you still think it was made with AI, or do you think the artist spent years learning their skill and mastering it just so they could be able to create amazing pieces like this? Frankly speaking, I think it's a shame we've reached the point where we have to ask artists for proof of them making art just for us to believe a simple drawing or painting was actually...
Well, that's why I made that video. Because if anybody says proof, I say, look at the video. I've got a 20-minute video up. I've got a 2-hour stream replay as well now. So, you want to check out my shit? Check out that. There's a video up, basically me discussing how I do my art and how I use the 2D software. It is like so. I even have a 2-hour replay stream up. I think it's up. It is. Of me doing the step-by-step lining on the art I did in Paint. There's my proof right there. I don't have to prove any more to you. I don't have to prove anything anymore. Am I going to improve? Probably not. Do I want to improve? No, I don't want to try too hard. Because then I'm not going to enjoy it. Am I going to compare my character to someone else's character? No, I'm not. Because they have their art style, they have their software, and it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. And this is what an AI artist should think. It's not going to be the same. If you're a true artist, you can't copy someone's art in general and be exactly the same. Because they'll never be exactly the same. With AI art, it's just a tip down below. But the only difference is they are step down below, but they just shield it and say, yeah, this is art. This is art. This is Picasso. That's funny. Like so. But you've just basically drawn Picasso yourself. Now, which one are you actually going to go for? The one you drawn or the one AI generated? You're going to go with the one drawn because they've actually tried and attempted to that. And that's what it's all about. Your art is never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same. Ever. Ever. It's never. Sorry. Newsflash. It isn't.
Made by them. It's just so unfortunate, man. Take us back to simpler times when all we hated was photo bashing and tracing. At least there was a little bit of effort involved. Moving on from that sad tale of deceit and misdirection, TikTok artists are now under fire and being accused of using AI for their work. As a result of this rampant rise of fake artists in the art community, this young amazing artist who goes by Yuan Studios with almost 80,000 followers on TikTok is getting comments calling them out and claiming Yuan is using AI to make their art after Yuan made a video sharing their art and asking their community to help them decide a fair price for commissions. Spiteful commenters left numerous bold accusations on Yuan's videos, claiming that the progress of their art didn't seem to make sense, since apparently it isn't normal for an artist to make small gradual improvements in their work over a short period of time, even after they clearly show the entire process of their work on their page.
I'm literally so sick and tired of seeing these comments on my video, and at this point I'm just gonna address it because I personally think that this idea that people somehow have of me is so ridiculous.
Dude.
First of all, you say that the progression of art on my page doesn't match up to produce this quality of work. If you took even 3 seconds to look at my page, not only will you find pinned that I have a tutorial, but as well as live recordings of me drawing, as well as speed paints. Now for the
holy shit!
I hope you do realize that I'm not just pumping out these artworks like nothing. I worked hard during the summer of 2023 as I didn't have school to work on my art. That's how I had time to improve. I post new art barely 2 times a month. What am I doing during?
Dude.
Voice doesn't quite match it. We have a fix. VoiceMod gives you over 150 lag-free real-time voice changes.
That time, you might ask. Practicing. This is the progression of my art over the past year. Now, chat, does this look sus to you at all? Because I don't know what you want me to do at this point. Live stream my every move. You're saying it's not AI yet, still accusing me of something. One more piece of proof. I have many of my friends IRL who go to school or work with me that have seen me work on my drawings in front of them, and many of them can vouch for me. I never hide or be deceitful with my work, and I find it quite disrespectful how many of you discredit me without any proof or not even knowing me at all. And I especially do not want to hear stuff like this from people who don't even do art themselves.
People can't fathom that progression doesn't look the same for everyone. They're just ignorant and expect everything to fit their ideal. Girl, don't listen to them anymore. Real ones know you are.
Dude.
You were fighting for your life. Do they not know how art progression works? Do they not know artists don't have to post every single piece they draw? They're mad because your art is amazing and it isn't AI at all. Like, you can just tell, bro, it's not AI. While
Yeah, exactly.
Studios fans can tell they work hard to improve their work and deserve all the attention they're getting for their art. It seems somehow people just don't want to believe that people who spend time practicing eventually learn how to draw, so they choose to rather hate on their art or call them out for using AI. It seems this is becoming the new trend on TikTok now. If you find a young artist that somehow make really good art and is slightly better than you can't really say anything bad about their work, so you just resort to it.
Okay, I think I'll leave it there, like so. That's enough videos for one day. Yeah, I'm glad I'm going on the right route. I'm really glad I'm going on the right route with this and stuff like that and that. I will be probably streaming back very soon because I'll be playing the game. It is because that's what I do on this channel too. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and please follow these people like so while I've watched as well, like so if you haven't.